The flower window demo shows the ability of VDelta to render windows which are not rectangular. In this case, the flower extends beyond the edge of the conventional rectangle. In addition, the bees that you see flying around are flying between the text plane, going behind the text, and in front of the image plane that contains the flower. Hidden Dragons comes from our limited time beta test series, where the development time for each project was limited to 8 hours. In this case, the developer had to complete both the graphics and all the software work. As each dragon is clicked on, the text at the top changes and the dragon vanishes in a puff of purple smoke. Here, a color selector written in VDelta is being used to change the color of an angelfish that will be added to this virtual aquarium. The bubbles in the aquarium were animated using the VDelta sphere command. Here we're manipulating the sphere's properties using a graphic user interface. This clock animation comes from the VDelta tutorial that demonstrates how to define buttons that change when they are clicked on. These animated gears each run in their own window. They were created as part of a high school math class. As with the gears, VDelta's Freddy the Friendly Robot is a demonstration of how VDelta windows are not necessarily rectangular. The Cake Designer, also from a VDelta tutorial, shows how to add multi-layer graphics and change their basic colors.
Nací en Mayagüez, Puerto Rico.
This is a prototype of a Spanish-language video interaction. The student answers by dragging the correct words into the answer boxes based upon the content of the video.
Let's take a look at a lighthearted example of how
VDelta has the ability to play video segments conditionally based upon student input. Here, VDelta is using video from a 1987 trade show demo to illustrate the conditional use of video. In the opening segment, the student is given the instructions.
So, we pick it up and put the receiver to our ear and this end to our mouth, and we say hello, like this. Hello?
Well, that certainly seems easy enough.
Homer, I have every confidence in the world that you can handle it. Go to it.
If the student selects the wrong answer, they are corrected and remedial instruction is repeated before they get another chance to answer.
Help! Help! Somebody please help!
Why? What's the matter?
My telephone's ringing.
Now, Homer, sit down. Don't you remember what I told you? When the phone rings, you just pick it up and say, hello. Screaming won't really help now, will it?
Well, no. I think I can do it now.
Good.
Hello? Well, that wasn't so hard after all.
Good, Homer. You did that very well. Now, let's move on to some of your other duties as vice president.
The Bartender is another 1987 trade show demo that is used to illustrate more complex conditional branching.
Hello. Let's see how good a bartender you would make. I'm going to show you how to make a drink, and then I'll let you try making one. Today we're going to learn how to make a daiquiri.
First, the student receives instruction on how to make a daiquiri.
Juice, sugar, and ice. Use 1 1/2 ounces of rum, 1 ounce of lime juice, 1 1 teaspoon of sugar, add a scoop of cracked ice, shake, and serve in a stemmed cocktail glass.
The student then gets to choose the ingredients in any order.
Delicious. Now it's your turn. Now, what do we need to make a daiquiri?
Selecting a correct ingredient causes the student to be queried on the correct amount.
That's right, we need rum. How much rum do we need? That's right. We need 1 1/2 ounces of rum. Put that in the shaker for you. Now then, what else do we need for our daiquiri?
If a wrong ingredient is selected, the student is only told the selection is wrong
Not the
and to
vodka.
try
It
again.
might look like a daiquiri, but it sure wouldn't taste like one. Try something else. That's right. You need lime juice. How much lime juice do you need? That's absolutely correct. 1 ounce of lime juice. I'll add it to the shaker for you now. Now, what else do we need to make a daiquiri?
If a wrong answer is repeated, the student sees a different
that's
video
vodka
from their
again.
first wrong
Maybe you
answer
better get some
and
more
also
steam.
receives remedial
Remember,
instruction.
I told you that a daiquiri uses rum, lime juice, sugar, and ice. That's right, you need sugar. How much sugar do you need? I'm afraid that's the wrong amount of sugar. Remember, I told you 1 teaspoon of sugar? Okay. What else do we need to make a daiquiri?
Once all the ingredients are correctly selected, the student is asked a final question and has their performance reviewed.
Very good. All of the correct ingredients are now in the shaker. Now what do you do? Right you are. I'll shake it for you now. Serve in a stemmed cocktail glass. Not bad. You'd make a fair bartender, but you could use a little more practice.
VDelta fully supports the International Unicode standard for displaying the characters in all the world's languages without installing special foreign language support or downloading special character sets. In this VDelta font viewer, characters from the standard Roman alphabet are combined with characters from Hebrew and Arabic. The display shows the final text normal size as well as magnified to illustrate the quality of the VDelta character renderer. You have just seen a few examples of the capabilities of VDelta, which is an easy-to-use, fully functional programming language limited only by the imagination of the author.